Hello, my name is Norman Bigelow. I'm a retired escape artist, also a researcher into many things. Today I'd just like to talk about CARE, the Council of Muslim American Relations. Recently the FBI got rid of any association with this group for the simple fact that they have to do with terrorism, funding, and other things, and they pretend to be a good group representing good Muslims, but they're not. They're a group that represents terrorists who want to get their way in this country. And this was started by the Muslim Brotherhood, who in fact back in the 40s had associations with Hitler's men, which shows in the way they do things. They murder, they rape little girls, they punish women for being raped, they beat their wives. They will bring Sharia law into America if they can. They need to be run out of America. Every church should band together, regardless of their differences, to get rid of this organization. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter whether you're straight, gay, Christian, Hindu, Jewish, or anything. They will kill us all if they can. If you just go online, you can listen to the dumb speeches. Women have to be in burqas because men are that way. Now you start thinking about that. You got to punish women because men are weak. Christmas is evil. They want to get rid of it. Easter's evil. They want to get rid of it. And Valentine's Day, that's just terrible, because if you send a girl a Valentine's card, God is going to drive spikes into your skull. At least it'll appear that way, the pain. So they come here and then they go, I'm offended, so you can't have your holidays. Excuse me, we're offended. You're a bunch of child perverts and serial killers, and we're supposed to care if you're offended? I think that these people that are trying to call this Islamic phobia ought to think about this. Is that something that means that if I object to a 70-year-old man laying on top of my 9-year-old daughter because he married her, is that Islamophobia? Is the rejection of beating your wife or punishing a woman for being raped? This is just evil. That's all it is. And politicians are letting them get away with this. We not only got to get rid of CARE, we have to get rid of the politicians who put up this front by saying, well, you know, everybody deserves a right in America. Well, if a group of child perverts started to object to things and say we want to be heard in schools and on college market and places, would anybody listen to them? Of course not. The only reason people are listening to this stuff is because they put it under religion. It's not religion. No loving God would allow these things. This is a dark, over-the-hill, very sick, demented cult. We should not only not have them in this country, we shouldn't even allow people to listen to them. They're that vile, that contemptible. And our leaders are sworn to protect us in foreign wars and with domestic problems like this. And some of them are just not doing anything about it. They're just backing down, because the one trick is that they'll make it easy for people, going, well, you don't want to be labeled prejudiced, do you? We're a new religion in your country, and, you know, we're trying to make peace with people and make friends, but that's not what it's all about. While there are many, many good Muslims, you can go on television and listen to the many good Muslims speak. They don't want anything to do with this thing called Sharia law. Nothing at all to do with it. And when I think about all of this, I think of when you say we're going to take over America and we're going to raise our flag over the White House and you're all going to be living under Sharia law, I can't speak for other Americans, but I can speak for me. I will never bow to you or any murderers like you or any child perverts like you. As the saying goes, it'll be a cold day in hell. You're going to have to kill me. And I know I'm right when I say millions of Americans feel the same way. Let me tell you the end of the story before the beginning. The end is this, that if our politicians don't do something about you, when people have had enough, we're going to do something about you and the politicians that get in our way. And you can rest assured of that, because that's how we are in America. We do not allow the beatings of people's wives. People go to court for that every day. They're arrested for that. We don't praise people that marry little girls. We arrest them and we lock them up where they belong. And even other inmates, even killers, don't like these people. They don't want them around their kids. Nobody does. So what happens is they make it easy for people to back down by saying, you know, if you don't, you're discriminatory. We're not discriminating because we don't want people like that in our neighborhoods. And I like to remind people that neighborhoods have cleaned up their own neighborhoods. And don't let the idea of that it's a religion scare you, because it's a fraud. It's not a religion. What religion would allow anything like that? The good Muslims say these people of Sharia law have hijacked their religion. Well, I believe that. And so we shouldn't give them any credence. We shouldn't allow them to speak at places. We should not entertain the thoughts that, well, if we have some dialogue with them, that they'll get better. They're not going to get better. It'll be hundreds, if not thousands, of years before this issue is resolved. But there's one great thing we got going for us. Number one, there are a lot of countries getting tired of Sharia law and these terrorists that blow up innocent people. If all the countries lock together and make a pact to run this scum off the face of the earth, there's a good chance we can do it. It takes everything. It's going to take military might, it's going to take diplomatic might, but most of all, it's going to take the will of people. And when these people say, we're coming to America and you're going to live under Sharia law, they're talking to you. They're talking to me. They're talking to every individual in this country. And you have the right to talk right back to them and let them know they're not going to do any such thing. They've gone over the edge. They're in the darkest regions of hell that could ever exist. As a matter of fact, it was funny because I was watching one of the speakers for Sharia law, and he said that one of their prophets had a vision, and in hell there are only women. Well, of course there are under their system. They're the ones that get punished. Men have it made. If you do not have headdress on or your entire body covered and you're raped, it's your fault. And incidentally, if it's not a Muslim woman, they can rape any woman they want, and it's fine with them and their belief in God. You should think about that. So, when I was a child, my parents and all the people that I knew wouldn't let anybody like that near me. Why are we even letting them speak, let alone letting them breathe? So I just wanted to send a message back, because I get plenty of their messages, and when you say you Americans, you're speaking to me too. For better or worse, I'm an American. But no matter how many problems we have in this country, we have nothing as bad as this pack of scum. This is not an individual raping a child. This is an organized group, a gang, a terrorist group, organized crime that sets up a system whereby men can have sex with little girls. Who wants their daughter punished because she got raped? We don't do that in this country. We take care of them. We try to nurture them back to health. No matter what went on 600 AD with their prophet, it doesn't matter. We know now that old men marrying little girls is a really bad idea. It's a sick idea. And no little girl wants to be married to some old man. The way they get away with this is simply fear. For instance, one person was told to take down the American flag because it offends Muslims. Who the hell cares? This is America. I don't care if my flag offends them. Their religion means nothing to me if they want to force it on me. I don't bow to any religion that does that. But the point is, I don't have to care. I'm an American. You have to care. It's your religion, but you can't push me around with it. And you're damn well not going to push me around. And if you think this is a joke, let me remind you, there are millions of Americans that think exactly the way I do. They're a lot younger, they're a lot stronger, and they're a lot smarter. And they understand that either you change, or we've got to put you all in the ground. Have a nice day.